Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Point of personal privilege.
The delegate has the floor.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker and members of the body, last year, Governor Youngkin campaigned one way. He told us things that he was going to move forward on, and the way and the manner in which he was going to do so. But now, he's governing in a different way, different manner. On the campaign trail, he either studiously avoided answering certain questions on substance and policy, or spoke in broad strokes about unity and compromise, bringing people together. The governor and our colleagues across the aisle would have us believe that the victory of the governors was major, gave them a mandate. But rather, we know that to be untrue. It was a slim, slim victory. And to the disappointment of me, many across the Commonwealth, many of our colleagues as well, what we have gotten, instead of compromising and unity, is extremism and division. We need not look any further for proof of this by the bills that have been introduced by Governor Youngkin and the majority party in this very chamber. Bills that roll back common sense gun safety measures, even allowing guns in our preschools, even allowing guns in our daycare centers. Bills that radically restrict voting rights, something that's the core of all of us, providing an opportunity for every Virginian's vote to count. Bills that restrict women's reproductive health care, and inserting the governor's politics directly into the classroom. Mr. Speaker, Governor Youngkin is attempting to implement a far-right agenda, an agenda that he avoided on the campaign trail. Again, campaigning one way and governing a totally different. But Governor Youngkin's overreach doesn't stop in this chamber. For nearly 2 weeks, the governor has been taking heavy criticism throughout the Commonwealth for throwing our school districts and parents into confusion, disarray. Confusion by issuing an unconstitutional executive order, taking away local communities' ability to implement protocols that they need to keep schools safe and to ensure that they remain open while ensuring that our kids and all Virginians are able to be in these schools and our kids can learn safely and securely. As if that's not enough, he then unveiled the tip line. And we spoke about this on the floor the other day, pitting citizens of the Commonwealth against one another. This was not the compassion that the governor ran on. When he was campaigning, he spoke about bringing people together, unifying. The governor's tip line was even embraced by members of the majority party in this chamber earlier this week. But I don't remember him campaigning on a tip line. And let's take a moment, Mr. Speaker, to think about where was this announced? The governor announced his concept for a tip line, not in a press conference, not in one of our schools, but on the radio show of Donald Trump's Virginia campaign chairman to a narrow political audience. Who would be listening to that? Was he really talking to all Virginians? And if this tip line is seen as acceptable, should anyone in this body or listening be surprised that the next step would be a bounty system? Mr. Speaker, this is not Texas. Virginians deserve better. Virginians will remember the first 2 weeks of the Youngkin administration and the overreach well into the future. whether it's through promises or commitments or through the bills that he is supporting. It is my pledge, Mr. Speaker, that the House Democrats will continue to shine a light on the destructive bills that Governor Youngkin and several have introduced, proposing and have proposed and are in support of this session. That is our job. That is what we will do. We will stand up for all the progress that we have made, shining a light on any attempt to roll back the progress, because we know that we're on the right side of these issues. This is what Virginians want. Mr. Speaker, some of these bills and some of these promises that we have seen from Governor Youngkin, these are not the solutions that Virginians are looking for during these times that are so challenging. I know, Mr. Speaker, we can do better. Thank you.